and welcome to the Commanding Life podcast. I am Rachel. Thank you for joining me. As you know, my mantra is when you align with who you are, you flow to what you want most. And I'm about to get into a great conversation with a guest. Miss Jackson. If you would like a one-on-one conversation with me so you can align and flow, check the description box below. Let's get into it with Miss Jackson. Welcome. As you know, I am Rachel. I appreciate you signing up to join me in this conversation. Let me just start off by saying I always tell everybody just relax. It's fun, it's easy. I am fun. I am also intuitive. So I already kind of have an idea of where we're going to go with it and stuff like that. And based off what you've said. So I'm going to start off. You sent an email and you mentioned your daughter. Tell me a little bit about her.
Um, she is 6 years old, just finished first grade earlier this week. She is my love. Very just beautiful, brilliant little girl. Um, very people oriented.
Mhm.
So like life of the party. Um, yes, she
How
is
do
she
you
is
see
my heart.
yourself in her? How do you see yourself in her?
Um, I was also very precocious. I was saying that she just finished first grade. She
Mhm.
started off the year in kindergarten because she has a late birthday. And
Mhm.
about a month into the school year, they bumped her up to first grade. I did the same thing when I was younger. So she's got this love of learning and just I love the way her mind works.
So you mentioned that you wanted to be the best version of you for her. And already I'm seeing that she's reflecting you. That's sometimes the beauty of the universe, God. They always reflect the good things we forget about ourselves, right? In the Okay, did I just get you in an emotional state? I saw you took a deep breath. I'm sorry.
No, just I mean, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, because like I said, I knew that's what it was. We always get what we need to be who we need to become. And I know life happened and it took you off course from that person. So that's why I wanted you to start off by seeing your reflection in her, right? So, and where I want us to go with it is now, I don't necessarily want you to I mean, this is a space for us to share a lot of who we are, but at the same time, I want you to feel safe.
Mhm.
So, in that I'm gonna ask, but you can share what you want to share in the sense that somewhere along the way, and we may not get into that, somewhere along the way, you forgot who you were, and you're wanting now to remember that person for her, right? Is that
Yes.
what you're asking for, right?
Yes. That's what I mean. Like I want to not necessarily be the person I once was, but whoever it is that I'm supposed to be becoming now. I want to take the best parts of the person that I was and just kind of level all of that up.
And who do you think she thinks you are? I mean,
She
she's
just
6, but
she just
there's
thinks I'm
something,
mommy.
well, beyond mommy. She
Like
feels beyond mommy, right? It's like, is she telling you everything? Is she expressing herself fully to you, right? Like, beyond that, what you're not seeing, and I'm asking this because I want you to see that she sees you more than mommy. She sees you as a confidant, right? As a best friend, someone she can laugh with, smile with, hug on, love on, Correct? Is that what you're getting from her? I'm trying to get you to see that you're seeing the best of her, and at the same time, she's seeing the best of you. And I wanted you to think about how she sees you, because that's where I want to lead this conversation, is your point of view on how you see yourself, right, is just your opinion of yourself based on everything you've been through. So I want you to see when this beautiful, amazing person is seeing all that love in you when she relies on you and calls you mommy and you're comforting her and all of that. So I'm trying to get you to see just all that light up. You light up when you're talking about her. She lights up when she talks about mommy. So I want you now to see that she sees.
I think I think she sees parts of me that I haven't actually come to terms with yet. I'm thinking about we went away. Our family had an overnight for Mother's Day.
Mhm.
And again, like she is seriously the most loving little girl. She all day long is I love you and she wants hugs and she loves to snuggle and like yesterday, Wednesday is our special date day that we have once a week. But we're sitting in the lobby of a hotel on Mother's Day and she had her tablet with her and she was listening to the Trolls soundtrack and she stands up and she's dancing to her music and she looks at me and she says, "Mommy, dance with me. Let's have a dance party." And my immediate reaction is no. Oh my God. We are in public. We are in these people's hotel.
Mhm.
Like we are in the lobby, ma'am, where people are checking in and checking out and they're in their nice clothes and she's just like having the best time of her absolute life. And I said, "You know what? We're going to have a dance party in this hotel lobby." And I got up
And
and
that's
we danced.
that's where that's where I'm trying to get you to see. There's an opinion of yourself that you have based on everything you've been through that has suppressed that. They call it, a lot of people call it inner child. She is like the ultimate incarnation of your inner child, your curiosity. And sometimes God gives us what we need outside of ourselves so we can learn from it and adopt and remind ourselves that's what it is. And it's like when you're looking at that childlike innocence that, and as a mother, because I have two girls myself, we want to protect that from what we've been through, right? But sometimes we're given that to remind us who we truly are. And I feel like that's what she's here for you for, is to remind you that it is time to have fun again. Despite what you've been through, it's time to have fun again. It's time to laugh. And that despite where the twists and turns we've been through, you've survived. I always say you survived 100% of the days and got here. And you would not love her to the extent that you love her if you weren't capable of that love. And she feels it. So she's reflecting to you that point one, or back to basics, you're capable of giving and receiving love. And it doesn't necessarily have to just be from your daughter. You're just very capable of love. And everything for you starts there, right? So that's what kids do sometimes. Sometimes they teach us the best version or remind us of the best version of who we are. So now that I'm bringing it back to you. There's a question I ask everyone. What do you want? Because when you learn to live from what you want and who you are going to be the best version for her. So I know that's what you're wanting, but the number one question I ask is, First off, what do you want? And I want to be the best for my, no, what do you want as an adult outside of your daughter? And if I need to explain that a bit more, I can, but just off the top, what do you think you want right now?
I want freedom to be whoever it is that I am.
What do you think is keeping you back from that?
Fear,
Of,
um, fear of the judgment of other people and not like doing the right thing. You know, I
and what is the right thing?
that is a good question. It's, you know, you get all of these
Or
rules.
who says what the right thing is in your life?
Right now, it should be me, but there's still all of that deeply ingrained stuff playing in my mind that I guess it's just residue from growing up and always doing what I was told to do.
Do you think, and I ask this because I'm actually leading to what I believe is the topic, right? So it's like I'm guiding you through it. So, do you think that, what do you think is the most important thing in terms of, does yesterday matter or does tomorrow matter? What's the most important time in anything?
I'm right now.
Okay. So based on that, you're like, oh, based on everything I've been through in my past, your memory is controlling or dictating or setting the future pattern, right? Because you are in the memory constantly and not in the moment. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is realize that when all those patterns come up, it's going to take you years to unlearn what you've learned. That's, I'm not, for a lot of people, I don't want you to think I'm saying, oh, you have to switch immediately. You have to find a way to, when you are replaying an old tape, you have to realize that the only moment that matters is right now. Okay. And you, in bringing yourself to the moment, tomorrow doesn't matter. Yesterday, it doesn't matter. Nothing matter. The circumstances don't matter. It's how I'm being in the moment. That's the only thing I want you to say that matters. It's like when your daughter said in that lobby, let's dance. Children realize, understand, and the world takes it away from them that the only time that matters is in that lobby. Now, when she grows up and she looks back and she's having memories, she's going to remember the joy, the moments of those in the moment moments. So when what you're remembering is those traumatic moments, right? Because they seemed more than the happy moments of your life. But in finding in being in the moment, you have to realize that, you know what? I decide if I'm gonna let that memory control the moment or I control the moment. So when it's it and remember, it's kind of like it's a muscle you have to train because it's going to come in a lot of different situations in your life. Am I going to let the memory, because it is a memory, in this moment, in the moment you're thinking the memory, you're safe. Whatever that emotion you're feeling or rejection, you're safe, whatever, because we're going to talk about rejection or validation or external validation in a moment, but in every single moment, it's the memory. And you have to find a way to come to the moment and take control of the moment. It says, the memory does not matter. This moment matters. This moment matters. So, step one, everybody's different. What brings you to the moment? There are visual people, there are people that need to hear something, there are people that need to touch. We have five senses. Everybody's different. You have to figure out on your own, do I need to hear something to bring me back to the moment? Do I need to touch something to bring me back to the moment, right? Do I need to just put my hand on my heart? What do I need in this moment to bring me to the moment so I don't allow the memory, right? That emotional memory to take me out of this moment. So the circumstances does not matter. I matter first. You have to matter. The memory doesn't matter. I matter first and foremost. Now, with that being said, when we have been trained to perform for others, that's what I call it, because you need me to act, be, do a certain way for you to be happy. It is hard, or it's challenging, or it's difficult for us to take care of ourselves, because all we've been taught is be good for me to love you. So in a specific moment, I want you to realize you are the only person that matters in a moment. So when you're like, well, society and all of this, you are the only one that matters. And it's something like, how are you gonna get sick of me saying this? Because this is like the third episode I'm saying it, but equate it to this. Does the person that you're looking for to approve your actions, are they chewing your food?
They are not.
Okay. You chew your food. And I say that in the simplest way because you could remember what you chewed on taste, what strawberries taste like, right? But unless you put it in your mouth, it's just a memory. Once you put it in your mouth, you're not actually chewing that thing in that moment. So am I going to chew food I do not like for others, or I'm going to chew what I want to chew? Because you're living your life for you. You're not living your life for someone that says, you have to do this to make me happy. It's time for you to realize that every experience I have, I chew my food, I feel my feelings. I'm the one seeing the color blue, white. I'm the one seeing. No one's seeing for you. So why are you living for them? Because someone said to you the memory that, right? Think about it. You perform. I say perform because it is not yourself. It's you have, I say perform because technically we're entertaining their visual, their everything, their senses. You're entertaining them. So who are you gonna, in that moment, I want you just moment to moment decide, I matter. My feelings matter. The food I'm chewing matters. I want to enjoy what I'm chewing. Because, with everything, you swallow it. You don't, it's the memory of the taste. I get it, but you get where I'm going with it. So you matter. So that's the first thing. You matter moment to moment. The memory doesn't matter. The outcome doesn't matter. How I feel matters most. And I don't know if anybody ever said that to you. How you feel matters most.
Well, no one has ever said that to me before, but I really loved what you were saying about performing. Because I that's something that I have realized. I have always been in performance mode. And I am actually a performer. And so I know that when I'm on a stage and I am performing as someone else, I take on this persona that's not me, but I get to have all of their traits. And this is how they would move, and this is how they would act. And, this is the way that they would sit. And I like embodying someone else, but I also realize that I've never let myself embody myself.
And again, who are you? Who do you want to be? Like, because again, and again, I said, I'm intuitive. So sometimes the word, I was like, I didn't even know she was a performer, but I don't know why I kept saying that word, but it was the only word that came to me that could express that it's like you were doing it. Everything you do is for someone else. So, like you say, if you're embodying, so someone asked me in one of these interviews, it's like, how do you leave other people, because how do you not take on other people's concerns, right? And I say, because I'm here to support others. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to support you on your journey. So when you're embodying a role, you have to find a way to leave the role, because I am performing this. So there's performing in life for others that impedes your life, and then there's performing to entertain, and in entertaining and being creative, you're teaching others, there's a difference, right? So you have to find a way to understand that when I'm performing on stage, I am supporting people by showing them beauty, creativity, however you're performing. I'm embodying a role because you understand the character. But because you understand the character you're taking on, you don't realize you truly understand yourself. So there's really not much for you to do but to refocus back to self. Because for you to understand, oh, this character is going through a painful moment, you have to understand pain to perform pain. So you understand your emotions. You probably just haven't practiced paying attention to yourself and paying attention to your emotions. I believe you have the tools. It's just where you're focusing, right? So
Mhm.
again, memory, I'm focused on the memory. In this moment, I matter, focus on self. So when you get off the stage, you have to find a way to leave the performance on the stage to and understand, I'm helping someone, I'm supporting them, I'm showing them beauty, I'm connecting with them. But I have to disconnect and come back to who I am, and when in life you're performing for this world, this imaginary world stage, you understand what I mean, where I need to do the right thing. You, you have to do the right thing for you, and everything starts aligning from there.
I have not always let myself feel my feelings. That is something that I'm reconnecting to right now. As a child, I was extremely sensitive. Like if my mom raised her voice at me, I would cry. I felt everything really, really deeply. And as I got older, and again, looking at the outside world, I let the outside world make that an issue for me instead of just staying who I was. I like the fact that I have feelings because I do think that is what helps me be able to connect to character and connect to people when I'm having conversations with them. But for me, I just kind of closed that little feelings door
If
and existed outside of that realm. I just didn't deal with it. I'd say I'll deal with it later. I'll go write about it, but it's there, but I would just press on and not really give myself a chance to connect with whatever I was actually feeling until it legitimately felt like I stopped feeling altogether.
I think this is my opinion, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you are amazing at feeling your feelings. I feel that you were taught that you should not acknowledge. I mean, there's a difference. I believe you genuinely feel and you're aware. I believe your emotional intelligence is off the scale. I just think that there's a belief stuck in there somewhere that someone says acknowledging your feelings is wrong. Cause like that's honestly that's what I'm picking up. Like you're super emotionally intelligent, right? And it's just someone else, cause everything that is a challenge for us, it is not us, it is what someone else gave to us. Someone else didn't like their feelings. Someone else didn't know how to manage their feelings. So that person taught you that acknowledging what you're feeling. So maybe that's why it's suppressed. Acknowledging your feelings is not good. So and the beauty of it is you found a way because you're so emotionally intelligent. And I'm really giving you a compliment here. You found a way to use your emotions in a creative way. And you're not seeing that your performance was because of your emotional intelligence, you found a way to express and channel emotions that included creativity, because somewhere within you said, you know what, feeling my feelings is right, it's good, it's constructive, but someone said no, it's destructive, right? So I think I feel you're super emotionally intelligent, especially if you have to get up on stage and feel and embody a character. That is emotional intelligence. There's no emotional void there. It's just you just have that, that is wrong. You know what I'm trying to say, because someone said it was wrong. What do you think? What do you feel about that?
I think acknowledge is exactly it. It was not safe for me to acknowledge my feelings. And so instead of acknowledging them, it's happening, but I would squelch it. It was something that I had to sit on. And maybe I could let it out later, maybe not, but mostly it was just push through the feeling, get back to normal, and continue on with your day.
Because a lot of our lives, we are carrying someone else's baggage, someone else's unhealed baggage, right? But it's our responsibility to, you know what, it's time I let it go, because we get to a point in our lives where we know it doesn't feel good. We just don't know that we're carrying someone else's baggage and we're looking for the relief. So when you say, I want to be better for my daughter. It's like, I like to show people how amazing that they're doing, right? It's like you're already the best you can in a moment where in that moment, you said, it does not matter. We're in a lobby. We're going to have a dance party. We're going to have fun. So you are already showing her to embrace who she is, to the fullness of who she is. So you're doing an amazing job. And just the fact that you're knowing that she needs that emotional connection and support, see, you're already doing the things you want to do, right? That you're saying, oh, I want to be better. Give yourself credit for that acknowledgement of wanting to be better. I am better. I'm doing a great job. I'm connecting with my daughter emotionally. Because again, at some point, someone says, squash all that emotion stuff. I don't want to connect with you emotionally.
And I think where she is concerned, it's like I really just want her to be the person that she's supposed to be. Not who I want her to be, not who her dad wants her to be, not who anybody else. I want her to know who she is at the very, very core of her being. And I don't want to do anything to kill her spirit.
And you won't. You know why? because of what you just said. Because what people don't realize, everything we go through is always preparing us, right? Because you created such a strong need as you work through it, a need to be who I am at my core through what I've been through, I will not deny her that. And that's exactly what you're doing. Because you want that so much for yourself, you're giving it to her. And that's the beauty of it. You're not seeing that you're doing it for yourself because you refuse, whether you realize it or not, to let that you have experienced be transferred to her. And that in itself is why you went through it. Because she's meant, like we're all meant to be who we are, because she's meant to be unapologetically her. And you're protecting her because you were like, no one allowed me to be unapologetically me, right? So that's why you're making sure she could fully express herself because it is a desire of yours, but it is you. The difference is you are just on your journey of releasing the baggage. A lot of us don't, we'll be 99 releasing baggage from when we were 9 because there's so much that we have to unlearn. It takes us 99 years. It's going to take you a long time to unlearn. And I think people, what do you mean it's going to take me 99 years? So that's where you have to now enjoy the moment, chew food you like. Because occasionally you're gonna have somebody's like, why I have something against broccoli? I really like broccoli. You're gonna have broccoli on your plate, and you could be like, I don't like broccoli, right? You understand what I'm saying? But it's like you could chew it, or you could learn to love it, or like you decide. You decide what you are experiencing in every single moment. Don't keep eating what you're not wanting. And what that means sometimes is just take it off your plate. Sometimes it will end up on your plate. Put it aside. It's okay. It's not necessarily compartmentalizing. The next time you'll be like, oh, no broccoli, please. And not that I hate broccoli, but you get the point. It's just a vegetable, a common vegetable. But I just want you to realize, first off, you gotta realize that I'm the one that's feeling the feelings, despite what the memory says about feelings. As a matter of fact, I want you to realize something about your feelings. Feelings is the vibration or the language of the universe. So, for someone who is so emotionally intelligent, when you are not feeling your feelings and you're putting it away, you're not listening to the guidance. You're not listening to the God's positional system, the GPS, or feelings get us to ultimately where we're trying to go. If it doesn't feel good and is feeling heavy, guess what? Release it. And that's all it's doing. It's telling you that something you're thinking and believing is not in line with the amazing person that you are, the fullness of who you are in that moment. So a lot of people suppress it, but do you want to keep listening to other people who came here to figure it out just like you? Or do you want to start tuning in to your emotional cues as to what's for you and what's not for you? So I asked the question, now what do you want? So we can move now towards you creating more of what you want.
I really just want to be comfortable in the fullness of my being, just fully expressed.
And what do you think that looks like?
It looks like listening to me.
There you go. And how you gonna know is right and how do you know is wrong?
Uh, well, I know that if something is right, it feels very light.
There you go.
There's a place in my body where I feel yes. There's a place in my body where I feel no.
You see my face?
And
Mm-hmm.
light is,
Told you.
yes is very light, no is very heavy. And I have often pushed the heaviness aside, even though it was a no, because I
And
wasn't
said yes,
doing what
huh?
I really wanted to do.
And said yes, even though it was against
Hmm.
your every being. Again,
Hmm.
emotions. I don't know. A lot of people's like, oh, I'm religious, spiritual, whatever it is. As long as you believe in infinite intelligence, source, higher being, God, whatever you believe in, guess what you're doing when you're not listening to the heaviness or the not heaviness? What do you think you're doing? You're telling God no. You're telling source no. I'm going to do it my way. When he's literally there talking to you and saying, no, go here, do this, avoid that, avoid that. You're not listening. So when you're not listening to infinite intelligence, that's what why do you, it's like, why do you think you're smarter than infinite intelligence? Think
And
about it,
I
right?
and I don't, but I have learned that if I'm not listening, God's gonna stop talking.
Well, he never does. He never does.
Or I just don't have the capacity to hear as well as I did because I've ignored it so long. And so it's like an unused muscle
Well,
that
that's
has to
all
be
it is. It's like
re-exercised.
now, yeah. So it's like now that you know that that's your vibration. You said it. I have a distinct place within me. Not everybody has that place. I have a distinct place where I know the exact position in my body where it's a yes or if it's a no. I'm just ignoring it. You have that. Has he stopped? 100% of the time. And if you feel nothing, you know what? It doesn't matter what you do, it's going to work out because guess what? Feeling nothing is a positive feeling, right? As long as it's not resistance, you're good. It's a yes. You understand? Yeah. So I just want you to know he's never stopped talking to you. You, unlike a lot of people, you have a specific place and you're very aware of that specific place. You are very aware of that specific place within yourself that is giving you a yes and a no. And you just have to trust. Now, are you going to trust in that place, infinite intelligence, the source of creation? Or are you going to trust in someone else's opinion of how you should live? Because remember, we're all here, like you, unlearning what someone else taught them about lack, limit, love, whatever the thing is. We're all unlearning. But some people, like yourself, really want to figure it out. Others don't. So you're going to listen to someone else or you're going to listen to yourself?
Oh, I am learning to listen to me.
Okay. And the next time someone else says, oh, this is what I think you should do, does it matter?
No, because I probably didn't even ask at this point.
Most people project on us their fear. So everything that you were taught and how don't act like that in public, you'll be judged. It's their fear of being judged that's projected on you that you took. So again, got to find a way to not carry other people's, even the way you were loved. It was the way they were taught love. Your daughter will not love like that because you're teaching her or showing her love in a different way. So it's already ended, if that makes sense what I'm trying to say. It's already ended because you're loving her differently. than how you were loved. And I want you to remember that. So you're doing an amazing job. It's just fine tuning. That's all it is. You're going to be 99 fine tuning. And it's okay. I think, but that's why it's important to, in the moment, what's best for me? In the moment, what do I want? In the moment, how do I want to feel? Because you're so emotionally intelligent, that should be your number one question all the time. When you wake up in the morning, every single day, how do I want to feel today? And if the answer is I want to feel good, well, don't go places that don't feel good. Don't have conversations with people that don't feel good. You understand? Do things that feel good. Eat food that feels good. Go on walks that feel good. Do things that feel good. And the more you do things that feel good, you're creating the momentum of good things. That's it. How do I want to feel? You're emotionally intelligent. A lot of people don't know how they want to feel because they don't understand the difference in feelings. Because I feel like you just needed to see you, right? What do you see now?
I think it's that I've always wanted to see myself differently, but I'm learning that I don't need to see myself differently.
Just need
I
to
can
see
see
yourself.
myself just this way, and that's okay.
Yes, just see yourself. It starts there because she sees you. That's why I said, what does your daughter see when she sees you? You're not a scary monster. You're not someone that makes her feel unsafe. What people don't realize is she sees someone that loves her. That's why she comes and she's affectionate to you, right? Because it's so she sees emotional intelligence. You understand how she feels. She sees that. So I'm sure this is who you are. How she sees you is who you are. You just have to see that in you. You're safe. You may not have safety when you were growing up, but your safety to her. So that means you have to have some level of safety within yourself to feel safe to her. She feels safe, protected, seen. All of those emotions you give her, you have it within yourself. You, like you said, I just need to see it in me. Just see how she feels. She's a reflection of what you're giving to her. She's running around, not scared. She's open. The fact that she said, Mommy, dance with me, she sees someone who enjoys life. She would have never said, if you were a rigid mom, she would have never said, dance with me. Think about it. See you. I think the only thing I would say to you is you just have to wake up every day and just say, how do I want to feel today? And I think that's it for you. And you will have an amazing life with your daughter. Because how you want to feel is the most important thing to someone as emotionally intelligent as you are. And because it's how I want to feel, a lot, I believe, for you will grow from that. Self first, it is not selfish. It is the absolute most selfless thing you can do. Because when you see yourself, you see others. Okay? That's why you see her. Because you actually already see yourself. Yeah. And what she needs.
Check out the rest of this conversation in next week's episode. And as always, many blessings to you.